All right there, lad.
Well, thank you for
Come on
allowing
in.
me to pop by.
Yeah, £1.50 next time you come round.
So quite a fair bit's changed since I last visited. Yeah, obviously you're now the Fishkeeping Ginge officially.
So
Almost
much
1,000
stress.
followers on TikTok.
So much stress being a celebrity.
Mr. G's favourite son. That's what we know. Where would we like to begin?
I think we should start with the tank that we set up that we changed.
We'll start with that then, yeah?
So one after you.
Right, I'll go over here. Just notice I'm fucking jewelry. Right.
Yoink.
This is so awkward to get in there. Yeah, so with this tank, obviously we set it up and it was in the middle, but I think we were discussing over the phone that
Yeah,
it just wasn't the best placement.
the first time you came around and did it, we were a bit time constricted, weren't we? So, and hungover. So it was a bit more of a...
me more than others. Me more than others.
It was a bit more of a slap bang together job because we literally realised that the last train was 15 minutes and you were like, oh, so you basically had to run to the station.
Yeah, and I concussed myself on that shelf as well. We won't get into that.
Aquascaping have that in there and be happy and concussed. There you go.
We're keeping that.
Yeah, members only clip of that with me with a beep.
Yeah, basically, we discussed over the phone, didn't we, that we just didn't like how centralised it was.
Yeah. And
so we just basically arranged another day for you to come back and, well, this is what it kind of fell
looks
into.
like now, yeah. It's been a while since I've obviously visited. And we've met up in Maidenhead Pressing, but I haven't had the chance to come up these ways in quite a while.
It's expensive as well, isn't it? It's the difference between like £9 and 23 quid. It's it's not cheap.
Yeah. So, what are the occupants in here now? Obviously, we've got a lot.
Yeah, I was just going to say when you left, there was Celestial Pill, Daniel's Chili Rasporas, and Salt and Pepper Curries in here, and now it's a bit more
Robo Wattos.
Yeah, it's a bit more. The only ones that are still in here is obviously I've still got some of the salt and peppers in here. And the sparkling gouramis, but other than that, there is what were sold as Bolivian orange lemon tetras that haven't gone yellow yet. So I don't know if it's just a maturity thing.
They're pretty fish, though.
The sparkling gouramis are still in here, as I said. There are some Corridorus duplicaris, but
I can see a habrosis there.
Yeah, let me just see if I can get any. So some food and see if they come out.
Try and lure any out.
Because they are stunning. They're one of my favourite colours.
I did see some yesterday.
Yeah, they just a bit shy, some of the fish. I don't know if it's just because of the noise or what, but we'll see if that brings them out. Usually. Yeah, so Zebra Otocinclus.
Stunning.
Which replaced the orange Otocinclus, which sadly didn't make it. Yeah, it was very upsetting times.
One of these, the super boisterous compared to the normal Ottos.
Yeah, they're just, I don't know, they just seem a lot more outgoing because my other Ottos, you just don't really see, but these ones are just always out and always eating.
Yeah.
And then there's golden striped Neocaradinas.
Oh, I can see a sparkling gourami in the background.
Yeah,
I've just seen the duplicaris.
There also might be a clown pleco.
Might be
being the strong point. Oh, here they come. Yeah, they're all coming out now.
Yeah, one day we'll find out if there is one or not. It's the one I gave you.
And the thing is, some people might say, "Oh, your tank's overstocked." I don't care. I'm happy. My fish are happy.
Well, you can see in the success and how beautiful the tank setup is.
I'm having a bit of problems with hair algae, but hair algae is one of them, isn't it? I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as the fish are happy, algae's not an unnaturally occurring thing. Yeah, they are beauties, them, aren't they?
Gorgeous.
Just lovely. People, they're not, they could be Adolphoi curries. I think they've got more colour to them than Adolphois, which...
I think the Adolphoi is just a little more...
They look a little bit more washed out, and I understand that some people don't like the Duplicaris curries, but...
Right,
I do.
Let's waddle over to the next one.
This tank...
This is my favourite, I think.
Yeah, it's getting changed soon. I'm upgraded to
a larger tank,
110 litre, which is the biggest tank I've ever owned.
I don't know what it is about this tank. I think I just love the blueberry tetras.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love this big thing that all the shrimp are gathering on.
I've just realised how many shrimp are on that now.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of shrimp. You're about to open up your own shrimp
Yeah,
store.
the only reason I'm not 100% keen on this tank is because I can't decide whether it's got a slow leak, because this rim just fills up with the most pungent smelling water.
Yeah.
And the blackbeard issues, which no matter how hard I try, I've done blackouts for a week, which killed off all the first plants, and that's why I've had to replant it. I've tried CO2 supplements. I've actually tried actual CO2, and it will just not go for the money. But yeah, the inhabitants haven't really changed.
Well,
apart from the addition of, well,
I think you got fire ants. You didn't have fire ants?
I can't remember what we had last time. Yeah, fire ants is, I think 7. 2 of them are a little bit more shy. They'll hide in the thing, but I've hide in the back. But I've got some more in the quarantine tank behind you.
Yeah.
That are going to go into the Scaper 60. I've got to sell in the next couple of weeks. I've had great success with the crystal black shrimp breeding.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised about.
Yeah, we've got the absolute
everybody always goes on about how hard Caradina shrimp are to breed. But honestly, I put all the success of breeding Caradina to having a nice, stable, healthy population of Neo-Caradina, because I think it just allows them to feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, Neo-Caradina and Air, they're a mix of black and blues, because it was just what they had at the shop at the time. And to be fair, I know a lot of people will probably skin me alive for mixing shrimp, but natural's natural, innit? It doesn't really matter.
It's all down to your own enjoyment of what you like
absolutely.
in the hobby, exactly.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah,
again,
you don't even see that crystal black just popping over the side.
Yeah.
All these older cones are courtesy of Johnny climbing a tree and grabbing them for us.
I wish we had B-roll of that. Right, let's go over to here now.
I'll let you skedaddle around there.
Right. So I was just showing a bit of B-roll. I'll show that now.
These are probably a little bit outdated now, just because Chloe made them for me when I had all the old, a lot of the older fish that I've moved around, swapped out, bought new ones. So, but yeah, going back into this one has changed slightly. I think I had the kabutai.
Yeah. You didn't have these pitbull plecos, though?
No, I didn't know. They are honestly probably some of my favourite little fish. They're just so, always at the front. They're just so confident, and I want to say boisterous, but they're not. Like, they're boisterous with each other, but just they leave every other fish alone, and even leave the shrimp alone, which is great.
Tons of personality.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're just, if you actually sit here and watch them, I understand some people find just watching fish boring, but like, if you actually just sit here and watch them, the personalities come out. Yeah. But yeah, the only thing that's really changed in here is
Ruby Tetra.
Pitbull plecos. I swapped out the kabutai for Ruby Tetra because the kabutai had an internal bacteria issue that, obviously, with me having the expensive pure red line shrimp in here, I just did not want to treat.
Yeah.
So they unfortunately went back to the shop. But yeah, the Ruby Tetra are lovely. They're a little bit shy, but when they come out, they are really gorgeous fish.
You do have a pleco in here, don't you?
Yeah, there's a tiny little mustard spot pleco in here. I think he's been making a cave for himself, but that's probably just to hold his tank for him for the time being.
I think I can see it slightly in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you can see him.
If I can get that on camera.
I definitely know he's in there, though, unlike the clown pleco.
Yeah, the clown pleco has moved into the cabinet.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of things that have changed in the tanks is mainly just planting, because I think if I'm not too accustomed to changing fish out once I like them, but I like swapping plants about. I don't think it's a way of
evolving
escape without ripping it all out and stressing your fish out. So it's just the way I do things.
So this one,
I get bored with things, I think.
This one here, it's kind of stayed the same from when I was last in here.
This is probably the tank that's changed the least. Well, the inhabitants have changed the most. Because I had some problems. Well, the honey gouramis were breeding non-stop and bullying the rest of the fish.
Yeah.
And ever since I've taken them out, I've had the smudge spots breed. The Ottocinquus, you see a little bit more. The L236, you see a lot more, because we saw it literally an hour ago.
Seen it this morning.
But yeah, a few problems with staghorn algae, which I'm getting in most of my tanks at the minute, and I don't know what to put that down to. I don't know. The only thing I have noticed is when you do your water tests, is there's a little bit too much iron in there, but I don't know if that's something that's because the aqua soil and nutrient capsules just implode on itself, or whether there's just too much iron in the tap water. I'll figure it out and try and sort it. But yeah, so new inhabitants in here. There are some albino stir-by corridors, which you should just be able to catch at the front, and some people might not be able to tell the difference, but they do have the same orange fins as the normal stir-by.
Yeah, you can see there much little fin.
I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this. Agazizi,
there's different pronunciations. It's a bit like beta, beta.
Histogramma Agazizi, fire red. We'll just say that. There's a nice breeding pair in there. They have been getting a bit more territorial. She's kind of making a cave.
Yeah, she's decided we don't.
The cave that the Armano's made, she's dug out the other side, so it's actually through now.
Wow.
Yeah, other than that, there's just some super blue emprotectors which I just couldn't pass up on the shop, and they are super confident. I reckon you could probably like hand feed them, and I've only had them like a couple of weeks.
They do get a lot bigger as well.
Yeah, well that's the thing. It's just a perfect little grow out tank for them.
Yeah.
Maybe move them into the 110 litre when that eventually gets set up. But
Smudge Boss fry there as well.
Yeah, there's a couple. I think there's at least 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Which, because they're not breeding them on the factory scale, I think 3 survivors is the perfect amount for me, to be honest. Doesn't mean I don't have to move them on quite as quick. Moving on to
this one.
Unit's tank. I kind of had some stir-bys living in the quarantine tank, and I felt a little bit tight on them, so they're just in here. Yes, I know the tank's too small. I already know what the comments are going to say, but when I tell you these fish breed every 4 to 6 days without fail.
Wow.
You just look, that egg wasn't there this morning.
Oh, yeah, you can see there.
Yeah. So, I mean, Keith has a field day eating them, but I don't know, there could be...
Fresh supply of caviar.
There could be some stir-by fry in here, we just never know. But they've ripped all the moss off.
Yeah.
Of the wood breeding, so
yeah, they do get frisky.
Yeah, the units. But Keith hasn't been too good, to be honest. He's got a massive tumour on his gill, which doesn't seem to be affecting the way he's swimming or the way he's still himself. He's still his boisterous little. He doesn't like the camera, so feel blessed. He's still his boisterous self. He's still feeding. He's not laboured swimming. He's not, resting all the time. So I don't think it's affecting his health. I just think it's affecting his looks more than anything. But, he's a little unit, isn't he? Quarantine tank actually has some really interesting fish in it.
Ready for your bigger tank?
Yeah. Although the ones in here aren't this. Harlequin Raspora will probably be going back to the shop.
Yeah.
Whenever I can get there and get them in. Saying that like I'm not in every week, I just forget to take them in.
Honey gourami fry?
Yeah, the singular honey gourami that survived from the breeding pair. Where is he now?
I've just spotted him on camera.
Yeah, because he was tiny when he was put in here a week or 2 ago, and he almost doubled or tripled. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if you can see him. There's some super parallelis corridorus, which are an absolute dream fish. Oh, here he is. Yeah,
little guy.
Yeah,
putting on some size.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I don't specifically feed fry food either. I just chuck in some flakes. So obviously, he's getting the nutrients he needs. But yeah, it's just a cool little thing. Just rearing a fry from this big to like that big will be quite cool. It's a little project I'm doing. But yeah, all these fish will be moving on into other tanks when I eventually get them set up. But I don't know. Oh, what's the? Is it like a tiger pleco?
Oh yeah, the Alexander Panak tiger pleco, something like that.
I've got a short of him up. If you want to go check that out, but I doubt you'll see him.
Yeah, plecos don't want to be seen.
Yeah,
you can send over a clip.
Yeah, What I'll do is I will just move out of the way so you can get in that corner.
Right.
This tank you've not seen before.
This one wasn't set up.
Yeah,
this was the quarantine tank.
Yeah, it was the corridor breeding tank is what I called it. But I was just sorry, it wasn't called the quarantine tank. This, yeah, it's kind of. I went for the dual island effect, and all the plants have made it look like it's just.
Coolly looks on camera.
Yeah, I know. They're proper confident. All the Armanos are there as well, clearing off the algae on that rock. Yeah, so the inhabitants of this, there's some masked Corydorus, some coolie loaches, some red lasers, Armanos, I said coolie loaches, yeah. There is some gold lasers in here. They were just put in here because it was a nicely growing tank with plenty of openings, but you never see them. I know they're alive because they come out when they're feeding, but they're just hidden all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's probably top 3 tanks. I do really like this tank. But this was straddled with Blackbeard algae until I bought an absolute unit filter with the UV lighting.
Yeah, I've got one of these myself.
And then I just dosed it with some CO2, some Flourish XL, and the Armano's cleared up all the waste. So yeah, it's just a nice little tank to look at. I mean, all the colours just pop.
Yeah, it's popping. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I've rubbed some trimmings off here.
Oh yeah, take your life. They'll grow back by next week, as like all these red root floaters have here.
Yeah, you've got them all across the tanks.
Crazy. Yeah, right. So there's just a couple more tanks to look at. Got the one out here. This is probably one of my only nano fish tanks left. So in here, what was in here last time? I can't remember. You remember?
I don't think I do. No?
Guppies.
Guppies, yeah, it was the guppies.
Yeah.
You pull that curtain,
please.
Just so we can see a bit better the reflections. Ah, that's stunning.
So in here there are, well, you wouldn't think there's anything in here, but there's some rosy loaches, some emerald brospora, and some scarlet baddis.
Yeah.
Then complemented by some Bloody Mary cherry shrimp, again, which you can usually see, and some Indian zebra caradina, which I've honestly took off. I think I put 4 in. I think the last time I counted there's about 9 or 10. Usually stuff in this tank is a bit shyer because they're on the smaller side, but usually when you sit back for a little bit,
you'll be able to see
like
the life.
There's a rosy loach now just
poking its head out. You can kind of see there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just a lovely little tank.
Beautiful setup. Yeah. I love the boost as well.
That's what I mean. I think all the plants have just instantly taken off. It's only a month and a half old, so it's not even that mature. But yeah, it's just probably this is probably my favourite tank to watch. Just because you can sit on the bed.
Yeah, you can sit. You can actually sit down.
Yeah, rather than just being cramped in a little walkway. But yeah, it's lovely. I honestly, it sounds a bit sad. I could sit here for hours and watch it.
I can see a baddest, and I wish I could zoom in. I'm going to see if I can get as close as I can. You can see it on camera there. I'm just going to try and adjust. Oh yeah, you can see it right there.
I think that might be the female.
Yeah,
I think there's 2 females and 1 really bright male. But you're lucky to see them because they blend in so well.
Yeah, they've got the patterns they'll have. Yeah. I can see some rosy loaches as well.
Yeah. 1 more tank, maybe 2. I'll
2.
See how I feel about that one.
I'll let you lead the way.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not that I'm not proud of the other one. It's just a bit more. It's
algae issues.
You'll see. So in this tank we have some green neons and some dwarf angler catfish.
Mm.
But yeah, you can never see them again. It's a very shy fish. But
Yeah,
I set this tank up about. Thank you. I found. No, I didn't find. No, I set this tank up about 3-4 weeks ago. Had a pre-established filter if anyone goes on about putting fish in that quick. And I was struggling to find what to put in it, and then I went in the shop one day and the green neons caught my eye, so in they went.
they're a gorgeous fish. They're just
They are a
super
gorgeous
shy.
fish when you see them. That's the only problem. And the dwarf anchor catfish as well. They're just such a funny little oddball.
Yeah,
But
for
again,
sure.
you never see them.
I've kept them before, and they're also known as hara catfish.
Yeah, I had a load of boost and some crips in the tank with a little bit of Ludwigia Super Red, and I just kind of threw it together and saw what happened.
That's doing great anyway.
Yeah, right. Do you want to see this other tank?
Yeah.
So I set it up. It's a little Scaper 15.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
I set it up as a shrimp tank, and there are shrimp in there. There's King Kong Carabiner and orange rillies, but again, I'm going to put it down to there being too much iron in the water at the minute. The staghorn algae has just gone wild.
Yeah.
And apparently the one way to get rid of staghorn algae is again CO2, but is fast flow, so hence why there's a lot of flow, but it doesn't really seem to be doing anything. If anyone has any suggestions, please drop it in the comments.
Yeah, it'd be handy too.
Yeah, otherwise I will literally just rip this tank apart, and I don't want to do it because I actually like the scape.
Yeah, it is a beautiful scape. I remember you sending me it. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
That's
All your tanks, and it's crazy to see again. Just within a couple of months, loads of progress, loads of difference, and now obviously he's the fish keeping ginge. So how's that been for you anyway?
It's been a weird process, to be honest, because it's kind of taken my fish keeping from a hobby to it's elevated the hobby in a way, but I don't know. It's a bit more stressful, I think, because you try and hold yourself to deadlines.
Yeah, I'm taking it easy at the moment.
I've struggled this week with uploading because I've literally been working for 12 days on the bounce, but it's just difficult because you want to go in and film content, but then you're like, oh, that needs doing, this needs doing, that needs doing. You never get around to it. So I will be back posting at some point, but it's just when I can be bothered.
Well, thanks a lot for having me around again, Harry.
No, of course, yeah, you're welcome anytime.
And obviously, I'm sure the next update on all your setups will be by yourself.
Oh, God. Yeah. Stress.
Well, until next time, anyway, make sure to check out Harry's channel.
Yeah, subscribe and I'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, you might get a sticker. Until next time, everyone, thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.